Hello guys, so we're going to talk about Design Unity in today's website design class. So basically I'm going to get through as far as what we're going to deal with as far as design. Designing for a website is a fundamental skill that you need to have when completing these exercises or projects that we are dealing with. So the first thing is, like I said in the last exercise, is that you have to deal with organization. You have to be an organized individual when it comes to website design and development. Organizing files, organizing how the names of certain files are, what sizes they are crucial when it comes to designing a website. So we're dealing with organization and a hierarchy. Hierarchy is a sequence of elements within a design. And how I coin this within graphic design is like, what is the first thing that a viewer sees when they come to a website? What's the one thing that they're going to see first? When they see that, what are they going to see second, and third, and fourth, and fifth, and so on? So to give some kind of hierarchy within the design. So it's like you're essentially leading somebody through the information as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So if you look at this particular example, you can kind of see that with this Wix site, you have an element where you see the woman here first, then you see the headline of this banner as second, and third is for the start now, and then fourth, and then it kind of goes in a reading pattern throughout the whole site. One other element within a design can be white space. And when I say by white space, doesn't mean the color white. I'm talking about an empty space that kind of like frames a certain area and draws the eye to it. Our eyes are drawn towards clusters. We're drawn towards certain elements that are filling up a certain space. So if you have a all white wall and you have somebody standing on the left side in the corner, you're seeing the white wall, but then your eye is drawn to the person in the corner because our eyes are gravitating towards something that's taking up that space. And white space can help that. It basically can take a certain, like, somebody sees something, you can draw the eye to it simply by using white space. So in this particular example, you can kind of see that the white space kind of like draws you in, but it also leads you to the chair on the left side. That is drawing your eye to it because it's using white space. And in this case, it is literal white space. But it can work in the same fashion if you had like black there. All right? The same thing can hold true. So like here too, we've got the white space around the man. Man is being drawn there, but yet we are looking at an implied line where the line of the eyes are so powerful in design, where the eyes are looking in the direction where that megaphone or whatever it is pointing towards the headline of the banner there. So your eye is drawn using white space to frame out the guy and being drawn to the guy, and then the guy is pointing towards the headline. Your eye is simply drawn into several locations. There is containment, which in design, in website design particularly, you're dealing with boxes, right? You're not dealing with circles. You're not dealing with shapes of obscure shapes in website design. It is getting better, but in all reality, you are dealing with boxes and what are in those boxes. So in website design, you have the option of designing in such a way where it is set in boxes, where you have borders and lines and boxes. They can be helpful in defining the space and containing elements within subgroups. All right. What we're dealing with is basically taking certain sections and framing them to have particular information that is being utilized. So you kind of see here as there are several blocks that are being used. And that's that's usually a case within website design because we deal with boxes. You have to deal with certain sections set up as boxes. Now you can round the corners and stuff like that, but essentially you are working with several boxes in website design. Now in design we use grids. Grids are kind of like just ways of lining things up. In website design, you basically have that option, and it's easier to implement because you don't have a choice. Right? Grids, which are ways of lining up elements in a design, is there. So grids not only organize the elements of a design, they organize the space within a design. Right? Grids can help to allow for seeing certain content within an area. Right? For this example, if you look at it, now those rectangular red boxes are not there as part of the design. They are there to kind of show you how a grid works within design. As you can see, there's a line here that's between the original Go Bible, and it lines up along the edge of these. All elements are lining up here, 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 as it goes through the design. You have to work, or you're basically forced to work, in that type of environment. Modularity is creating reusable or modular design assets that fit within the established grid system and get reused throughout a site. Modulars is thinking of separate little blocks that have certain information in them. All right, if you look at this, again, you can have modular opinions where you got the navigation on the top can be a module. The logo, this branding element, the picture, this block here, all these different blocks can be thought of as kind of like modules, where there's separate areas that have different information in them. This one is more extreme in that, but it can be rather subtle. So there's that. So basically, I'm going to wrap this up, and knowing that within any kind of design, you have to unify to work with different elements within a design. So, all right, good day.